What's up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Rants with Ray. I hope you all are doing well on today. My name is Rayniecemitchell, and I am here because I have a message for you all. And if you can't tell, I am sleepy. Okay, I am tired.com, but we gonna get on here and do what we gotta do. Okay, ja. Anyway, as you can see by the title, it says when it feels like nothing is moving or working. Dot 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 dot. When it feels like nothing is working or moving. Dot 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 dot. You guys, this is such a special word, such a special message because I got this early this morning, and I thought that it was very just God is so strategic how He will bless you with certain messages, put certain messages in your spirit, certain stories in the Bible, or just put certain things in your spirit to be able to provide you with peace or revelation or understanding in your time of need. Okay? And early this morning, God was placing in my spirit the story of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. Hold on one second, you guys. So, yes, he was putting in my spirit the walls of Joshua and the walls of Jericho. And I got that message because a lot of times when you are in the midst of doing what God has asked you to do, when you are being obedient and doing all the things, but still feel like nothing is moving or nothing is working, it can be frustrating, right? It can be confusing. It can be just what's the word, it can feel overwhelming, right, when it feels like you are doing everything that you're supposed to do but you don't see anything moving. And just because you don't see anything moving doesn't mean that God isn't moving, right? And I thought that it was special that He gave me the word of Joshua and the walls of Jericho because it basically. Okay, that was super weird. My whole video just turned off. That's a confirmation. Every time the video just turns off out of nowhere, I know that the message is like super important because little weird, crazy stuff will start happening. My phone isn't hot or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, let's get back into it. So, the walls of Jericho. They had to walk around the walls of Jericho, the city of Jericho, the wall of Jericho, 7 times for 7 days, right? So each day they walked around the city of Jericho. And on the seventh day, they walked around the city 7 times. And during that time, in the midst of them having to do that for 7 days, they had to go into their camp, into their site or wherever they were, dwelling, and they had to lodge there. They had to stay there, but they also could not speak. You guys, they could not speak a word. Joshua had told them to be quiet, don't utter a sound, don't utter a word during this time, because that was the instructions that God had given him. And basically, a lot of the times you during your period of following God or doing the things that He's been asking you to do, or just keeping steadfast during your journey of trying to figure this thing called life out, a lot of the times it can look like nothing is moving. It can look like whatever God told you to do isn't working. And just because it looks like that does not mean that it's not working. And a lot of the times it's important for us to be quiet in those times where we don't understand what's going on, or we don't understand why things aren't moving, because if we speak too soon, a lot of the times we could delay our own blessing, or we could make the process even more chaotic than it needs to be. And I thought it was so, just such a full circle moment when God gave me that message of the walls of Jericho. Because basically, whoever you are, the walls of Jericho is falling in your life. The walls of Jericho are getting ready to come down. And you're about to see a lot of things take place in your life. And you've probably been in a period of delay, a period of stagnancy, a period of things just not moving, right? And God is saying, get ready, because your walls of Jericho are about to fall. There's about to be a great movement taking place in your life, and you need to be prepared, right? So whatever God has been asking you to do, do it. Whatever God has been asking you to, you know, to whatever instructions he has given you, follow it to the T. Because if you miss a step, if you don't follow it to the T, the walls of Jericho won't fall, okay? But I feel like in my spirit, for whoever you are, don't allow the stillness of the moment to deter you from following what God has said. Because just because it may look like nothing is moving to you does not mean that God isn't moving. Because God is always working, even when we feel like he ain't working. God is always moving, just like how when you sleep, the warfare don't stop. The enemy don't stop just because you sleep. Your heart don't stop just because you sleep. God is still working on your behalf even when you sleep. So you kind of have to think of it like that. Like, okay, when you sleep, you're going to sleep expecting to wake up the next morning, right? So it's kind of the same thing. Like, as you are on this journey of following God and going after the things that he's placed on your heart to go after, you, even if you don't see anything moving, you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep going in the direction and following the instructions of what God has asked you to do, because God is moving, right? And the walls of Jericho are getting ready to fall in your life. They're getting ready to fall. All the work that you have put in thus far, all of the momentum that you have built, all of the pain that you have been through, all of the different situations that you have overcome, all of the lessons that you have learned, all of the wisdom that you have acquired and applied is getting ready to it's getting ready to come in handy. It's getting ready to come into use. It's getting ready to make sense. As these walls of Jericho fall in your life, a lot of the things that you have went through is getting ready to tie in together and make sense of why you had to go through certain things. Because a lot of you all had to go through certain things. You had to learn certain lessons in order to be able to steward this next season well. You had to go through the witchcraft. You had to go through the delay. You had to go through the betrayals. You had to go through people falling away, people not believing in you, so you could solely depend on God. Because for this next season, God also didn't want the wrong people around you. God did not want people around you that were just around you to leech off of you, which is why he didn't unveil your true identity to people. He allowed you to be overlooked. He allowed you to be, treated less than by people who thought of you as less than, because he wanted you to see the true hearts of some of the people that you had around you. You probably at one point, like before you started following God, or just before you got deeper in your journey with God, you probably had a lot of people around you, a lot of people that you confided in and trusted in, and just surrounded yourself with. And you, because you were in a different position, they were sticking around. And then once you started following God, and certain things, a lot of the things started falling away, and you had to start over, those people also fell away with those things. And God wanted you to show, God wanted to show you the true hearts of the people that you had around you, because if He would have unveiled your identity before it was time, you would have had a bunch of people around you that really just were leeches and users, right? So the know that the lessons that you have learned, the pain that you had went through during this time, was all necessary for this upcoming season. You will be so equipped in this upcoming season with everything that you have been through in this past season, that you will be able to not only steward this next season well, and this next blessing well, but you will be able to maintain it and multiply it, to where your children's children will be able to reap the benefits of your obedience, right? Because a good parent, a good father leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And that is what you are getting ready to do. That is what you have been placed in position to do. And a lot of people could have looked at you as foolish, or looked at you in a way where they felt like what you were doing wasn't really making sense, or just not the smartest or wisest thing, because it wasn't really reaping any fruit right away. But you and your enemies and the people that didn't believe in you and the people that are around you, they are getting ready to see the walls of Jericho fall down in your life, and you're getting ready to take over this city just like the people of Israel. You're getting ready to conquer the obstacles that have been placed in your path, that have seemed like it was like impossible to overcome. You're getting ready to conquer these things. You're getting ready to see the hand of God move in your life like never before, as these walls of Jericho fall down. And if I were you, I think that you should read this story, so it can give you encouragement, and God will provide you with more insight and revelation as you read it on your own. But it's in the book of Joshua, chapter 6. And it just talks about so many different things of how it just has so many points. But I feel led that you guys are supposed to read it on your own and allow God to speak to you through that story in the Bible, right? But just know that major things are getting ready to take place for you. The walls of Jericho are falling down in your life, and you are about to see the hand of God move in your life in such a strategic way, in such a powerful way, that it's going to blow your mind. But it's not only going to blow your mind, it's going to blow the mind of the people that betrayed you, the people that didn't believe in you, the people that said you were foolish for following whatever instructions God told you to follow. God is getting ready to bless you in the presence of your enemies, and it's not going to make sense. It's not going to make sense, you guys. And that's why this whole process has seemed like it hasn't made sense. And know that I'm pretty sure why the people of Israel had to sit in those camps and they couldn't talk, they couldn't utter a word. I'm pretty sure that some of them went through moments of doubt. Some of them went through moments of, like, second guessing of, okay, is this what we're supposed to be doing? Is this really going to work? Or, just having so many different thoughts. And I know that for them to see on the seventh day, after they circled the city 7 times, to see those walls fall down had to be such a powerful and monumental moment in their journey of faith of following God. And get ready, because the same is about to happen for you. The walls of Jericho are getting ready to fall in your life, and you're going to see the miraculous hand, the miraculous power of God move like never before. Okay? It's not going to make sense. It's not going to be conventional. And it's not going to be what you thought it would be. It's going to be bigger, better, and it's going to surpass and exceed your expectations. Okay? So I love y'all. Know that God loves you so much more. And if you haven't already, go and get my ebook, The Number One Guide on How to Stop Smoking Weed. If you or you know anyone that is addicted to weed, this ebook will totally bless you. Not only will it break you free from the spirit of addiction, but it will also help you find the things laying deep and dormant within yourself that is making you believe that you need weed to cope every day, all while getting closer to God in the process. And you can find that link in my community board or the description box below after the video. But that is it. That is all, you guys. I love y'all so very, very much. And take me back to God. Take this message back to God. And I'm going to get back on here because I have one message. So make sure to tune in. All right? Get ready. The walls of Jericho are getting ready to fall down in your life. Your enemies, the people that betrayed you, the people that left you for dead, they're getting ready to see God move in your life like never before. And God didn't want them to see your true identity because He didn't want a bunch of leeches around you. He didn't want a bunch of users around you. He didn't want a bunch of people around you just because of the blessing. Because you're getting ready to be exalted to such a status where you, like, I'm hearing security. You're going to have people around you, like you're going to have bodyguards around you because of the position that you're being moved to, because of the things that you're getting ready to handle in your lifetime. This is why you went through what you went through. This is why the journey has seemed so hard. This is why the obstacles kept popping up one thing after another. It was for this very moment that is getting ready to take place in your life. And all those all those L's that you feel like you took, all those L's were really lessons. And guess what? Those lessons are getting ready to be transformed into blessings, okay? The lessons getting turned into blessings, and the walls of Jericho are falling in your life. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.